Okay, now we've got the real party, and the actual party will start from part 3. Part 3 is the main part of IELTS listening, which is the toughest one. Then part 4 is again normal. Okay, in part 2, IELTS listening, they will give you audio commentary. One person will talk, and you've got to listen. Situation is social. It can be an audio commentary about Royal Palm. Like Royal Palm is golf and country club. We have this and all that. Okay. Now you can see the title is Visit to Bramley Castle. Now there is a castle. You know castle. Okay. So visit to Bramley Castle. There's going to be an audio commentary about castle, where they will tell us few things about castle and all that. So part 2 is a little tricky. Why tricky? Because there is one person talking. When there is a dialogue, there is an interruption. Like I say, how are you? You take some time, fine, thank you, and how are you? I say, well, I'm fine. Today I've come here. I want to talk to you about something. You say, okay, what do you want? So there are interruptions. But when there is an audio commentary, when one person is talking, he goes on and on and on and on. So you need to pay more attention to that, okay? Now, question number 11, before Queen Elizabeth I. Now this is one. It's not before Queen Elizabeth I visited. Okay, it's not that you visited there because you were not alive in 1576, right? So before Queen Elizabeth I visited the castle in 1576. Now what happened before Queen's visit? Now how will they trap you? They will tell you something while the Queen was there. Whatever they say while the Queen was there, that will not be the answer. And whatever they say it happened after her visit, even that will not be your answer. So, before Queen Elizabeth I visited the castle in 1576. Now, before her visit, what happened? Option A, repairs carried out and then guest rooms. Main word is repairs. That's it. Keep in mind. Now, if repairs carried out before her visit, A will be the right answer. If repairs carried out during the visit and she arrived, then it is not. And if they happened after the visit, then it is not. New building was constructed. Underline, new building constructed for her. Like they constructed new building. Now they will say, instead of repairing the old building, they decided to make some new rooms for the Queen. B will be the right answer. And say after her visit, they washed the castle and then they constructed a new building. Maybe, yeah. So it's not going to be the answer. Fire damaged part of the main hall. Fire. Now, if fire erupted before her visit, it's the right answer. If fire erupted after the visit, then it's not going to be. Now, just you're going to see what happened before Queen Elizabeth I visited the castle. Before that, what happened during her stay? What happened after her stay? That will not be the answer. Okay? So please listen and follow.
We'll be arriving at Bramley Castle in about 5 minutes. But before we get there, I'll give you a little information about the castle and what our visit will include. So, in fact, there's been a castle on this site for over 1100 years. The first building was a fort constructed in 914 AD for defence against Danish invaders by King Alfred the Great's daughter, who ruled England at the time. In the following century, after the Normans conquered England, the land was given to a nobleman called Richard de Vere, and he built a castle there that stayed in the de Vere family for over 400 years. However, when Queen Elizabeth I announced that she was going to visit the castle in 1576, it was beginning to look a bit run down. And it was decided that rather than repair the guest rooms, they'd make a new house for her out of wood next to the main hall. She stayed there for 4 nights, and apparently it was very luxurious, but unfortunately it was destroyed a few years later by fire.
So, well done. Correct answer is A. No. A, come on. Koi bole? Nahi? Good. B is the right answer. Okay, just wanted to catch the thief. See that? And you know the first part of the audio was useless. Full of information. When they said the word 1576, then you had to be alert and listen actively. Notice this guy there, he was looking outside. He was not looking. And when they said 1576, he started paying attention. So this is because you cannot pay attention all the time. You need some relaxed time then you pay attention. This is a very good strategy. I really appreciate that. Please listen
We'll
to the
be
cam.
arriving at given to a nobleman called Richard de Vere,
So 40-second audio was useless.
and he built a castle there that stayed in the de Vere family for over 400 years. However, when Queen Elizabeth I announced that she was going to visit the castle in 1576,
Now, this is where you need to listen carefully, okay? So this thing comes after 48 seconds in the audio.
it was beginning to look a bit run down. And it was decided that rather than repair the guest
It was decided that rather than repairing, now they didn't go for repairing, rather than repairing,
rooms, they'd make a new house for her.
they'd make a new house for her. So a new building was constructed for her.
And it was decided that rather than repair the guest rooms, they'd make a new house for her out of wood next to the main hall. She stayed there for 4 nights, and apparently it was very luxurious. But unfortunately, it was destroyed a few years later by fire.
Okay, it was destroyed a few years later by fire. So fire damaged, it happened after a few years later, and repairs, they did not go for that. They constructed new place for that. Now, question number 12. In 1982, castle was sold to. They sold the castle. A, government. B, Fanny's family. C, entertainment company. For government, they can use the word local council, city council, authority. Fanny's family, they'll say Fanny and family. And then entertainment company, amusement company, entertainment company, theater company, or anything like that. Okay, so 1982 and castle was sold to who?
In the 17th century, the castle belonged to the wealthy Fennis family, who enlarged it and made it more comfortable. However, by 1982, the Fennis family could no longer afford to maintain the castle, even though they received government support, and they put it on the market. It was eventually taken over by a company who owned a number of amusement parks. But when we get there,
So it was owned by a company who owned a number of amusement parks. Okay, so they had it first, and even they had government support, and they could not run it properly. So then they decided to sell it. Government came, government just gave them the support. So it was sold to an entertainment company. Okay, very good. And one more thing, like odd one out. In multiple choice questions, the first target should be odd answers should be out. If one odd answer is out, means you eliminate that, your success will be 50-50. Then you can guess. Don't guess between 3 options. If you find any difficult one, you can just make one option out, and then you can guess, so there are more chances for that. I don't appreciate guessing, otherwise you will always be guessing. Yeah. Okay. In some of the rooms, visitors can. Now, what is it that visitors can do in some of the room? Option A, speak to experts. There are experts and visitors can talk to them. Talk, chat, have a dialogue, converse, and all that. Interact with actors, like there are actors. Okay, so they can interact with actors. See models of historical figures, like sometimes there are models of film stars and you have photos and you say I've got my photo with Tom Cruise and all that. Okay, so see models of historical figures. Now speak to experts. Option B, interact with actors. Option C, see models. And one more thing, when the options are long in multiple choice questions, you need to see what is the main thing. In option A, main thing is speak to experts. Now, if experts are there, they can speak to them. And if they say, you can listen to the audio commentary of experts, will it be the answer? No, listening to the audio commentary does not mean talking to them. And if they say, there will be experts around you who will talk to you about it, then it is the right answer. So, let's see.
when you go inside, you'll find that in the staterooms, there are lifelike moving wax models dressed in costumes of different periods in the past, which even carry on conversations together. As well as that, in every room, there are booklets giving information about what the room was used for and the history of the objects and furniture it contains.
So, see, come on. Well done. See, you couldn't catch it? Don't worry, I'll repeat it for you.
When you go inside, you'll find that in the staterooms, There are lifelike moving wax models.
There are lifelike moving wax models. So option C. C, models of historical figures moving and talking. Lifelike wax models moving.
Dressed in costumes of different periods in the past.
Dressed in costumes of different periods in the past.
Which even carry on conversations together.
Which even carry on conversations together, not with you. These models will carry on conversations together. Now they are models, they have some computer system, one will talk to other and the other one will reply and all that. So they carry on conversations together. So answer is C, models of historical figures moving and talking. Now these are those wax models, they are moving and talking. This is the right answer. Now please come to option B, interact with actors dressed as famous characters.
Periods in the past. Which even carry on conversations together. As well as that, in every room, there are booklets giving information about what the room was used.
Okay, now there are booklets. They said speak to experts on history of the castle. You will not speak to the experts, there are booklets. They have the books there. Okay, so A is not the right answer. And option B, interact with actors. You will not interact with actors. Actors will interact with one another. They are actually wax models who carry out conversations. So it's not B, it's not A. Correct answer is C. Okay, let's go on. In the castle park, visitors can. Now what is it that visitors can do or see? Option A, see 800-year-old tree. Now underline see 800-year-old tree. Now, for example, if they say, well, in the castle park, you can see a tree which is 800 years old. This is the right answer. And if they say, well, in the castle park, there used to be a tree which was 800 years old, but unfortunately, last week, the tree got burnt. It was burnt by fire, so there is no tree now. Then it is not the right answer. Go to an art exhibition. Now, if they say, we are going to hold an art exhibition, but it is not now, it is next week. Next week means future. Question is, visitors can. Can means present. Option C, visit a small zoo. And if they say, there is a small zoo with some animals there, so you can enjoy. C is the right answer. And if they say, we are planning to construct a small zoo there, probably it will be completed after 3 to 4 months, then it is not the answer. What they can do at the moment will be the answer. What they are planning to do, what was there, will not be the answer. So those are the traps which you need to avoid.
The castle park's quite extensive. At one time, sheep were kept there, and in the 19th century the owners had a little zoo with animals like rabbits and even a baby elephant. Nowadays the old zoo buildings are used for public displays of paintings and sculpture. The park also has some beautiful trees, though the oldest of all, which dated back 800 years, was sadly blown down in 1987.
So, tree was blown down in 1987. And visit a small zoo. They had a zoo. There they had baby elephant. Yeah, Yasin, your baby is an elephant. Anyways, so now it's not there, okay? And correct answer is B, go to an exhibition. Okay, so if you eliminate wrong options, you will find the right one. Let's focus.
The castle park's quite extensive. At one time, sheep were kept there, and in the 19th century, the owners had a little zoo.
Okay, in the 19th century, the owner had a little zoo, past tense. I told you, your focus should be on present tense. Owner had a little zoo.
With animals like rabbits and even a baby elephant. Nowadays, the old zoo buildings are used for public displays of...
Okay, nowadays, the old zoo building is used for public displays. It means zoo is not there. So you will cross zoo. Now you are left with two options.
Painting. Zoo buildings are used for public displays of paintings and sculpture. The park also has some...
Okay, so that is used for painting and sculpture. That is go to an art exhibition. So zoo building is used for display of painting and sculpture. That is art exhibition. Painting and sculpture display means art exhibition. And what about 800-year-old tree?
Beautiful trees. Though the oldest of all, which dated back 800 years
Yeah.
was sadly blown down in 1987.
Or sadly blown down. So those who do not understand, they will say 800, 800. Good. They will find the answers. You need to understand English, not just the words. Okay? All right, let's go on. Question number 15. At the end of the visit, group will have. Very simple. There is a group. At the end of the visit, the group will have tea, coffee, or the group will have a photo, something like that. I mean, if you switch on your imagination, you can understand things better. Option A, tea, right? Option B, meet castle's honor. And option C, photograph together, group photograph. Now, what will they have? Let's see.
Now you're free to wander around on your own until 4:30, but then at the end of our visit, we'll all meet together at the bottom of the great staircase. We'll then go on to the long gallery, where there's a wonderful collection of photographs showing the family who owned the castle 100 years ago having tea and cakes in the conservatory. And we'll then take you to the same place where afternoon tea will be served to you.
Okay. See that in the picture they showed tea and cake, and then they said we will take you to the conservatory where afternoon tea will be served. Okay, I'm playing it again.
Now you're free to wander around on your own until 4:30, but then at the end of our visit, we'll all meet together at the bottom of the great staircase.
Okay, we will meet together at the bottom of great staircase. Now they have staircase, but let's see, will they have photograph or not?
We'll then go on to the long gallery.
Will then go on to the long gallery. So they came to the staircase, but they did not have any photo. Will then go on to the long gallery.
Case. We'll then go on to the long gallery, where there's a wonderful collection of photographs showing the family who owned the castle 100.
Okay, wonderful collection of photographs showing the family who owned the castle. Option B, chance to meet castle's honor? No, you will have a chance to see their picture only. Got the point? Wonderful collection of photos of castle's honor. So C is wrong, B is wrong, most definitely A is the right one, right? Why?
Years ago, having tea and cakes in the conservatory. And we'll then take you to the same place where afternoon tea will be served to you.
Okay, we'll take you to the same place where afternoon tea will be served to you. So option A, afternoon tea in the conservatory. All good? All right. Now we have a map. Some students are मुंह ढक्के, yeah, exactly. या मुंह बंद करके या मुंह के ऊपर हाथ रखें. अगर हाथ पूरा नहीं आता दोनों हाथ रखें. अगर वो भी नहीं आते ये हैंड आउट काफ़ी बड़ा है. ठीक है, आपके मुंह से बड़ा नहीं है. Anyways, yeah. देखो ना IELTS के नाम पे नींद आ जाती है. Okay, let's go on. Label the plan below. Now we have this plan and we are going to label it, and this is the plan of Branley Castle. Okay, in part 2 there can be a map. There are 4 type of questions which are common in part 2. Number 1, multiple choice. Number 2, double multiple choice. Number 3, matching. And number 4, map. So they may give you any one of these 4 questions. Okay, so we've got Branley Castle. You are not supposed to read the questions. They will give you half minute, so don't waste time on reading the questions. Questions will be the same. In the audio, they will say, for example, question number 7, starting point for walking the walls. They will say, okay, this is the main entrance. Question number 18, bow and arrow display. So they will not change this. So that is why it's a good idea to take a look at the map. Now, can you see on the top left hand corner, there is west, east, north, south? So if you are appearing in paper delivered IELTS, it's a very good idea to write capital W on the left side, capital E on the right side, capital N on top, and capital S at the bottom. So that if they say west, east, north, and south, you can easily reach there. And if they don't give these directions, then they use the word on the left side of the map, on the right side of the map, top of the map, bottom of the map, bottom left hand corner, bottom right hand corner, and all that. Now, can you see the main entrance? If they say from the main entrance, take the first left turn and then go straight ahead and then take first right turn and you will find it there. Which option is that? E. Well done. If they say from the main entrance, just go towards the south gate and before south gate turn right and then you will find the left turning, it is there. Option C. So what you need to do, you need to go on with the map. As they take you, they say from the main entrance, we turn left. You also turn left. It's not that you're looking at the map. Acha, all right. No, your pencil should move. If they say from main entrance, go ahead, reach at the south gate, and it is towards the right hand side of south gate. Right hand side or eastern side. What is on the eastern side of south gate? Option C. What is on the western side of south gate? Option E. Okay. Now, there is the word tower. There is the word north gate. Okay. And if they take you to the bridge, if they say, well, we go to the bridge, and if they take you to the bridge from the west side, answer is G. If they take you to the bridge from north side, answer is A. Okay. So, let's see now. And they will start from main entrance, by the way, right? Question number 16, starting point for walking the walls. Let's see where their starting point is.
Now, if you can take a look at your plans, you'll see Branley Castle has 4 towers joined together by a high wall with the river on 2 sides. Don't miss seeing the Great Hall. That's near the river in the main tower, the biggest one, which was extended and redesigned in the 18th century. If you want to get a good view of the whole castle, you can walk around the walls. The starting point's quite near the main entrance. Walk straight down the path until you get to the south gate, and it's just there. Don't go on to the north gate.
Okay, go along the path until you get to the south gate, and it's just there. South gate, and it's just there is option H. Alright, starting point for walking the walls. Just focus this last part.
And redesigned in the 18th century. If you want to get a good view of the whole castle, you can walk around the walls. The starting point's quite near the main entrance. Walk straight down the path until you...
Okay, walk straight down the path from main entrance. Walk straight down the path until you...
get to the south gate, and it's just there.
Okay.
Don't go on to the north gate.
Now he's just saying, don't go there, right? So, starting point for walking the wall is option H, and one option will be used once only. Question number 17, bow and arrow display.
There'll shortly be a show in which you can see archers displaying their skill with a bow and arrow. The quickest way to get there is to take the first left after the main entrance and follow the path past the bridge. Then you'll see it in front of you at the end.
Okay, now see that you need to understand this preposition, it's very important. Follow the path past the bridge. P-A-S-T, past. Past the bridge. Past means to go past, not cross. Past, go past. For example, if I say go past the library, go past the library means cross the library. As you are walking, for example, this is the library and you are walking like this. If they say go past the library, means go closer to the library, but you need to go straight ahead. They did not say cross the bridge. They said go past the bridge. Go past the bridge, like in Urdu language will say पुल के पास से गुजर जाएं. पुल को क्रॉस नहीं करना. Go past. Do you know this common sentence? If you're walking somewhere and people are sitting in the stairs and you say, excuse me, can I get past? Can I get past? P-A-S-T, past. Can I get past means can I pass from here? रास्ता मिल सकता है थोड़ा सा, like that. If someone is standing in the door and you want to say, excuse me, can I get past? Can I get past means रास्ता मिल सकता है, like that. So it's actually option D. And those who do not understand preposition past, they will write G and they will say, I coming Canada tomorrow. Okay. So this is gonna be bad. I'm playing this last part again. Please listen and find the answer.
There'll shortly be a show after the main entrance and follow the path past the bridge.
Follow the path past the bridge.
Then you'll see it in front of you at the end.
Then you will see in front of you in the end or at the end. That is option D. Okay, so understand now past. P-A-S-T, past. Next is hunting birds display.
If you like animals, there's also a display of hunting birds, falcons and eagles and so on. If you go from the main entrance in the direction of the south gate, but turn right before you get there instead of going through it, you'll see it on your right, past the first tower.
Okay, you will see it on your right past the first tower, and they said Southgate and turn right before it. Now you will go towards Southgate, turn right before it and pass the first tower. So that is option option F. I'm playing it again.
If you like animals, there's also a display of hunting birds, falcons and eagles and so on. If you go from the main entrance in the direction of the south gate,
Okay, main entrance in the direction of Southgate.
but turn right before you get there instead
Turn right before you get there. There means Southgate.
of going through it, you'll see it on your right, past
Okay, you will see it on your right. There is only one option and that is F, on your right. Well done. Correct answer is F. Now, traditional dancing. So, where do we have traditional dancing?
At 3 p.m, there's a short performance of traditional dancing on the outdoor stage. That's right at the other side of the castle from the entrance and over the bridge. It's about 10 minutes walk or so.
Other side of the castle over the bridge. Other side of the castle from the main entrance. This is main entrance. Other side means the top side and across the bridge. So that is option A. Well done. Very good. I'm just playing this last part.
At the other side of the castle from the entrance and over the bridge. It's about 10 minutes walk or so.
Okay, last one is shop.
And finally, the shop. It's actually inside one of the towers, but the way in is from the outside. Just take the first left after the main entrance, go down the path and take the first right. It's got some lovely gifts and souvenirs.
E, well done. Main entrance, so turn left and then right and you will find it there. All good? So in maps they use such type of language, yes.